or we are going to play a piece of music. How do you approach that?
For me, it's like an exploration in the moment of trying to figure out where are you going, what am I feeling and taking away from what you're doing right now, and then trying to express that like another instrument in my body and who I'm dancing with, reflecting that, and trying to figure out where are you going with this.
Good, that's direction. Keep that word in mind.
Yeah, I see the tempo that it's asking for, and the melodic line, and the rhythm that you get from that melodic line, and then you set your frame of mind to, because a lot of it is not written, but if you set yourself up to the type of melody and the rhythm that is the tempo is giving you, then you set that frame of mind, then you can play it easier or dance it easier.
Mm-hmm. Pedro.
Maybe I'm just fast forwarding a bit, but maybe your question is leading this way. The fact that maybe not about dancing music that you have never danced before, which which happens quite often. I mean, sometimes at Milonga would record music, but the kind of the extreme example is when you're recording to live, you're dancing to live music, and it's actually completely new music to you. And I recently had actually a conversation with somebody I respect a lot as a person who loves music, and I was playing with this orchestra that played kind of copies of all the famous orchestras, and he said, like, Pedro, I know where you're coming from, I'm an avid jazz listener, but this is exactly what us dancers want. We want to hear exactly the same arrangements that we heard so many times and played live. That's what we want as dancers. That's why this orchestra is like so well received and enjoyable. And for me, to dance every time I dance music that I don't know, for me it's such an adventure. Pay so much attention to the music, see what the ending is going to be, see where the dynamic of the piece is going to take me. And I think it seems to me so much to be living the moment and dancing the moment when I don't know the piece, rather than okay, whatever, like in 8 steps now we're going to hear the violin solo that I heard already for the 27th time, and now I know, now the variation is going to come and I'm going to do this. And for me that's like so, it takes so much of the spontaneity of the moment, and I think it's something so worth exploring, to be vulnerable in that moment and maybe mess up the ending, but really be enjoying the moment when you're dancing to music that you don't know, whether it's a recording or especially if you're playing with an orchestra that maybe is doing kind of new arrangements of music, or just dancing to newer tangos. The tango evolved from whatever in the dance world from the 20s until the 50s or the 60s. It evolved, and that now there is kind of a certain expectations of dancers for the music to be that, and I think there is a lot of space for music to keep evolving within being danceable, and I think it's a lot, not everybody, but some dancers can really be willing to explore to get in that moment of adventure or being vulnerable and feeling the moment as dancers with completely new music.
I don't know if it's actually would be, no one is talking about that. As a follower, when you dance to new music, a lot of your steps and a lot of things rely on what leader leads you to. And if someone holds you so tight that you can't do anything, and Pugliese has beautiful violin solo, and you just feel like, oh, that would be nice, something, go down, go up, or something, and he keep moving it would be nice to express yourself, but you have no choice.
Well, maybe he's never heard the song before.
So I just want to make sure that Erskine is not here, right? Yes.
Following on, for the first 10 years I danced just to the beat. And
I love dancing to the beat.
There's some who don't even do that, but then I finally started dancing to the music, and it was more fun. And now I'm to the point now where I'm no longer dancing, the music is dancing me like I'm a marionette.
Wow.
I'm no longer thinking it, it's just doing it.
So you wanted to say something, Anna?
No, I'm with Pedro, and I think I prefer, even if it's a same song that you've heard a million times, but when the orchestra plays a whole nother version of it, their own composition, I guess that's what I would say, I find it much more exciting. Because especially when you have to have a stronger communication with each other as a couple, and also you have to have a stronger, energy and sense of what's happening around you. I find that much more exhilarating, because you're gonna be connected. Because sometimes when you play with the same recording or it's the same exact way, it really does get monotonous in your body. Like you're like, oh, I know what's coming next, and it's not. It's much different, much different. And when I see it, the last couple of years we're here, we've seen it in many of your bodies that you totally change, and it's such a different chemistry building in the room. So I think you might want to feel safe, but we see you from an audience point, we see a different reaction. So I'm with Pedro.
You all are very adventurous. No matter what you do, if you dance to recordings or if you dance to new music, you're very adventurous, unless you're dancing the same choreography with the same person all the time.
Wow.
Other than that, and believe me, I was not making this personal. But you are adventurous when you go in the arms of you are holding your partner, and you don't know what's going to happen. Even though the music can be the same, it can be a totally different experience. But also, there is the experience of how many of you enjoy dancing to, please don't give compliments, be very honest. How many of you enjoy dancing to live music? Live music. Live.
Good live music.
Well, here is what my next question. How many of you had a bad experience dancing to live music? So why did you have a bad experience? I don't want to know names of the bands, much less if it was my band. But I want to know, what did it make it a bad experience? One person.
I think the feeling of the orchestra. If the orchestra has personality, I think it makes you enjoy much more. If you dance to an orchestra that have the music there, and they just follow chan, that's it. Next, you don't enjoy. It's like when they have the personality and the quality of the dance the quality of the music is very important.
Anybody has any other besides that? Not to just say this.
Well, the obvious is if they're together, they're not tight, and all of a sudden you're trying to get into some kind of group of what's going on, saying, okay, where is it? I can't find it.
You can't find it.
When the sound is not clear, when they do it, it's like that. It's connected with what he said. It's like it's not incorporate. It's like I walk the step and like I am tired, yeah, and the sound is the same.
What you're saying is pretty much the same that he said,
yeah,
but it's a completely different thing.
Yes.
He was talking when the orchestra is dun, and you're
and
talking when the orchestra is a whoop, and you don't understand what's going on. So those are two main different things.
Yeah.
The other thing that, yes.
The energy of the orchestra is contagious.
The attitude.
Yes.
The music has a heart. So
So if we feel the heart from the orchestra to connect with our hearts, then we are all together. So if we connect with the heart of the song, which is I listen to the song and I see the heart of a song most of the time is by the bass. I feel the bass and I know, okay, this is the heartbeat, right? So I connect that heartbeat to my heart and then I move. If the orchestra has that heartbeat, then it can move a dead person.
Wow. That is super, I mean, we got it, right? The bass moves.
I got a question. She just said that she is inspired, as dancers we are inspired by the musicians. Let me ask you, musicians, when you play, do you get inspired by particular dancers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, so
That is perfect too, because they are connected with the dancers.
Honestly,
but some musicians, they are
As a
not
pianist, I don't see the dances usually. So, not for me.
No, but when I play, I'm always looking out, and I love it. It actually spreads a lot of joy. When I play something, or there's a moment in the orchestra that I feel, and I see somebody kind of doing that. That happens a lot with Mr. Pat Johnson over there. When I yeah. So when you're playing and you see that there's a special moment and somebody does a great interpretation of that part of music, it spreads a lot of joy and kind of and gives us energy to continue. Yeah. And when that does not happen, when you're playing music and you feel half of the people are not even walking, not even with the pulse, then that's also not invigorating.
That's what you got.
I heard one time, I don't know if it's true, but a story about Troy. Troy will talk with the other band player and with the other musician, and will say, tonight we are going to play for that dancer. They will say that.
Wow.
I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that.
You don't remember which dancer?
I'd like to ask a question for all the non-Spanish speaking dancers. Do you enjoy vocalists when you don't understand the lyrics?
yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's poetry.
How do you know?
Mi corazón.
Voice is another instrument.
Yeah.
Same as opera.
Who prefers instrumental tangos compared to tangos with vocalists?
Who likes steak? Who likes fish? I like
Let's
fish.
find out.
So who enjoys more instrumental music than music with vocalists? And I think you do more instrumental. Okay. And if you don't, I don't want to drive the answer, but is it because you don't differentiate, not make a difference, not differentiate? You don't make a difference between a vocalist or non-vocalist or instrumental piece?
No, it's because a lot of vocalists don't sing for the dancers. They sing for themselves.
Yes.
The music is for the singing.
I'm going to disagree.
The orchestra is playing for the singers.
No, I think that some singers, they are so lyric, so go to the top, and you hear only the contention of the sound. What you do?
Yeah.
At that point, I feel that music. I have a glass of wine or water. I have it's beautiful, but to interpret the sound contention like you hold the piano and limit. We go there. We want to finish. We want to go with the music, but the sound doesn't help you to move. We are not fly. We are on the floor.
I'm going to be very adventurous this time. Very extremely adventurous. This is like worse than bungee jumping. I saw that my wife raised her hand. So, what were you going to say?